Problem 27. Which of the following most nearly gives the nominal moment strength of a W14 by 22 if the unbraced length is 1 meter? So based on the unbraced length, so that is 1 meter, so we can determine which zones or which type of lateral torsional buckling will govern. Okay? So since L sub B is less than LP, recall that we have already computed L sub P, and that is 1,118 millimeters. The embrace length is 1 meter. So in millimeters, that is 1,000. Since it is less than 1,180 millimeters, the nominal moment strength based on lateral torsional buckling will be based on the strength of the yielding. Or it simply means that lateral torsional buckling does not apply. So the limit state that will happen is based on the yielding limit state, wherein the nominal moment strength is equal to the plastic moment. Let us solve for the plastic moment. That is simply Fy times Zx. Zx is the plastic section modulus, and it is given as 544 times 10 cubed. So we multiply it by Fy of 345 megapascal. Therefore, we have the nominal moment strength or the plastic moment, which is 187.68 times 10 to the 6 Newton millimeter. To convert this to kilonewton meter, we just have to divide this by 1,000 squared. Therefore, our nominal moment strength is 187.68 kilonewton meter. And that is letter B. Next, which of the following most nearly gives the maximum load piece of view that could be applied on the cantilever beam based on shear? The beam is a rolled shape. Piece of view consists of dead end live loop. Okay, so ito yung nominal strength natin for V sub n. Sa formula ng V sub n, yung Fy, syempre given lang yan. That is the section property. So A sub W naman is area lang naman ito ng web. So D times T sub W lang yan. So yung C sub B yung kailangan natin makompute. Ngayon, yung C sub B class, nakabase siya on certain criteria, no? Ito yung first criteria, no? Kapag daw ang H over T sub W less than or equal to 2.24 square root of E over Fy, meron tayong corresponding value ni CB. So, i-check natin kung magfo-fall yung ating beam sa criteria na to. So, let us compute for H. H is computed as D minus 2 Kdes. So, itong 23.7 is Kdes. Then, divide natin ng T sub W. So, we have 27. Compare natin yan sa 63. So, that is less than. So, if that is the case, meron siyang corresponding value ni CB. C sub V equals 1.0. And then, ito na rin yung corresponding value ng kanyang resistance factor, no? So, resistance factor yung gagamitin natin kasi in the problem, ang load na binigay is P sub U. So, U is used as a subscript that refers to a factored load, no? So, pag sinabi natin P sub U, that is a factored load. Kaya, LRFD yung gagamitin nating code for this problem. So, substitute lang natin sa formula. Ito yung 0.6 Fy A sub W times C sub B. So, ito yung A sub W, no? Product lang ng D tsaka ng T sub W. Yan. Tapos, sa times lang natin ang resistance factor na 1.0. Okay, so therefore, ang capacity natin sa shear is 270,800 Newton. So, in kilonewton, that is 270, no? So, ngayon, i-compare natin yan sa demand. So, itong phi times Bn, ito yung capacity natin na nanggaling sa section properties. Yung demand naman, pag sinabing demand, ang demand is yung load na galing dun sa beam natin. No? So, since shear, ang kino-compare natin, ang limit state na ginagamit, sabi yo, based on shear. So, kailangan natin makuha kung ano yung maximum shear force natin dito sa beam. That is, yung nasa reaction, no? So, this is a cantilever beam. So, yung lahat ng force or lahat ng loads, sasaluhin yung vertical reaction natin sa support. So, bukod sa piece of view, ang isa pang loading nitong beam natin is yung self-weight niya. So, yung self-weight niya, ito nakalagay, no? 49.1 kilograms per meter. Okay, so since this is a factored load, so dapat i-factor natin ang dead load. So, gagamitan natin ng 1.2 na load factor times 49.1 times 4.8768 times 9.81. Okay, so yung 4.8768 is yung length ng beam. So, yung linear load, tinimes natin sa length, tinimes natin ng 9.81 para maging Newton, dinivide ng 1,000 para maging kilonewton. Yung 1.2, load factor natin yan sa LRFD, di ba kapag dead and live, 1.2 dead plus 1.6 live. So, since dead load lang to, kaya 1.2. So, ito na yung ating demand, VU. No? I-compare lang natin yan dun sa ating capacity na 270. Ayan. Compare mo yan sa TBN, makukompute na natin yung piece of view, and that is 268 kilonewton. And that is letter A. Next, which of the following most nearly gives the maximum load piece of view that could be applied based on bending strength? Okay, so based naman sa bending strength, kailangan makompute natin yung bending strength ng ating beam. We check the compactness of the flange of the web. Doon sa problem natin kanina na W shape, hindi na tayo nag-check ng compactness ng flange and the web, no? So, nakalimutan ko ilagay, pero yung beam na yon compact din. Hindi na natin kinompute yung capacity niya kapag non-compact siya kasi hindi siya compact. Pero dapat talaga, ang start ng solution mo is, i-check mo kung compact ba yung flange mo tsaka yung web. So, how do we check if the flange is compact or not? Ito. So, for the flange, tine-check natin kung less than ba siya ng 0.38 square root of E over Fy. Ayan. And then sa web, tine-check natin siya versus 3.76 square root of E over Fy. Okay, so gawin natin yung parehas. For flange, ang B natin is yung kalahati ng flange width. Kaya kung makikita nyo, yung 202, dinivide natin yan sa 2. Kasi ang B is B sub F over 2. Tapos ang T is, of course, yung thickness ng flange, which is 11. Then yung E, 200,000, Fy is 248. For H over T sub W, H is D. Babawasan mo ng 2K des. Ayan. For this one, 9.18, ang nakuha nating B over T versus 10.79, nag-less than siya. So, ibig sabihin, flange is compact. Next, ganun din, yung H over T ng web, nag-less than siya. So, we can say that the web is also compact. The flange and web are compact, therefore, we do not need to compute the capacity based on non-compact. No? So, ibig sabihin, ang magiging source lang ng capacity natin is yung sa yielding or sa lateral torsional backplane. Okay, so let us check again yung LB. I-compare natin yung LB sa L sub P. So first, i-compute muna natin yung L sub P. Ito yung formula natin sa L sub P, no? 1.76 Ry root of E over Fy, so that is 2,464. Ngayon, ano naman yung LB natin? So, bakit dinivide ng 4? Kasi if you're going to read the problem, sabi dyan, laterally braced at quarter point. So, may mga bracing daw tayo sa quarter point. So, ibig sabihin, yung unbraced length natin, mahati sa 4. So, we have 4.8768 divided by 4. So, we have 1.2192 meters. So, we can now compare LB versus LP. Dahil ang LB natin mas mababa sa LP, the nominal moment strength is just equal to the plastic moment, no? So therefore, we just multiply Fy by Zx, and that is 157.728 times 10 to the 6 Newton millimeter. In kilonewton meter, that is 157.728. So now that we have the Mn, we can now compare this with the demand. So, ang maximum moment natin is yung moment due to the self-weight, ito yon. So, 49.1, ito yung kilograms per meter na weight. Tinimes natin ng 9.81, dinivide ng 1,000 para maging kilonewton. Moment natin papunta dito sa support kasi ang maximum moment ng beam na to ay nasa support. So, we have to determine kung ano yung moment sa support. Ito yung moment due to the self-weight. Tapos yung moment due to the factored load is 4.8768 times PU. So, i-equate lang natin yung na-compute nating moment strength. But do not forget na kailangan pa natin siya i-multiply ng resistance factor kasi nominal pa lang siya. So, with this, we can now compute P sub U. And that is 27.7 kilonewton. And that is letter C. Which of the following statements are true for a W310 by 97? So, kailangan natin ma-check kung compact ba yung mga flange at web kasi kung makikita nyo, yung mga statements dito is about the compactness of the flange and the web. Check the compactness of the flange. B over T, compare natin sa 0.38 square root of E over Fy. Ang B is kalahati ng flange width. And then T sub F is 15.4. Compare natin sa 0.38 square root of E over Fy. So, ang mako-compute natin 9.90. Greater than siya sa 9.14. So, it means na flange is non-compact. Ngayon, there's a possibility na baka lumagpas pa siya sa slender limit, no? So, kailangan natin ma-check na yung nakuha mong B over T mas mababa sa 1.0 square root of E over Fy. Kasi kapag lumagpas ka naman dito, makakonsider ka naman as slender. Kailangan natin i-check. 24, hindi naman siya lumagpas. So, ibig sabihin, non-compact lang siya. Kasi kapag lumagpas pa ng 24, slender na yon. So, by the way, for our rolled shapes, if Fy equals 345 megapascals, wala naman tayong slender elements. Kapag ang Fy ay 345. So, actually, kahit hindi nyo na ito gawin. Pero just to make sure lang. The reason na hindi ito kailangan gawin kasi nga wala tayong slender na flange kapag ang Fy ay 345 sa mga rolled shapes. No? Pag sinabing rolled shapes, ito yung mga may pangalan o yung nasa database ng ating system or AISC database ng mga section properties. Okay, so non-compact ang flange. So tama ang statement 2. Let us check the compactness of the web. So, ganun pa din, H over T sub W, that is D minus 2K des, so 24, tas ito, 90. So, as you can see, 24, compare mo sa 90, that is less than. So, therefore, we can say that the web is compact. So, ang mga statements na tama, the flange is non-compact and the web is compact. So, statements 2 and 3.